In today's video, we're going to be reacting to the latest strange and unexpected clips that I could find on TikTok. Let's get into it.
Whatever you do, do not do this. Ever. This trend's been going around for a long time, but it's resurfaced and is going viral across social media at the moment. People standing, staring at themselves in the mirror. Doesn't sound very weird, but it will do in a minute, trust me. You may have heard before that if you stare in the mirror for too long at yourself, you'll start seeing things that aren't there. Your face will distort and become evil. And yeah, as disturbing as this is, it is 100% true. Let me explain. First of all, take a look at this video. Focus on the green dot in the middle, and you'll notice after a while, the yellow dots around it will be jumping around or even disappearing. And that is something known as the Troxler effect, which is exactly the same thing happening when you stare at yourself in the mirror, where your mind is essentially playing tricks on you and distorting and makes you see things that aren't actually there or distorts your entire face. Many people say at around the 15-minute mark of staring at themselves in the mirror, they would start to see the face smiling back at them or a completely different face in the mirror. So it is 100% true, but it's nothing paranormal or haunted. It is just your mind playing tricks on you, but it doesn't make it any less terrifying. Let me know if you want me to try it.
Man, it's always amazed me on how easily the brain can be tricked. I know when I was a kid, I loved looking through stereogram books, just seeing odd shapes, making still images move, or looking at a certain pattern and certain designs and it would just disappear if you looked at the right spot. Things like that always blew my mind. Truthfully, it still does. And it really does make me wonder, what could be out there in our actual reality that our brains just cannot perceive? I mean, what if there is another dimension right in front of us? We just are not capable of seeing it because we're so focused on our own dimension. I guess the big question then would be, how do you see these other dimensions by tricking your brain? It's all really interesting stuff. The brain's a fascinating organ. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
We have some interesting footage coming out of Arizona. This was captured by a man named Alex Wallace. He was outside when he saw this orb literally being followed by a helicopter. Now, this isn't something that's far away. It's literally right above him. Take a look at this footage and also look at it in thermal, because this thing is something else. Comment below, tell us what you think.
Very curious. I wonder what that could be. It's probably a drone. I do believe that the military is operating now with drones more often, or it could be a civilian drone and a helicopter was just investigating it or observing it. That would be my guess. I would also think that if it was a possible threat, that there would probably be more than one aircraft investigating it. But who knows? Let me know what you guys think it was.
He saw the spirit of a missing woman. A family were camping in California when their son began to say weird things. He told his parents that he could see a woman standing there looking at him in the field. He said,
"She needs our help, but she's dead."
He then began to explain to his parents how the woman was.
"She's laying face down with her legs up. She can't talk to me, but she's over there. We need to go help."
The family were creeped out, but they were also intrigued, so they went to investigate the area, but they found nothing. He said to his mother, he said, "Ma'am, she's wearing a black t-shirt, blue pants, and she has blue hair."
He kept saying, "Trust me."
When the family returned home, Victoria, the mother, decided to post everything that had happened onto social media. That same night, the police actually turned up to the house. They turned up with a photograph of a woman, a missing woman, Sandra Johnston Hughes. Sandra had gone missing 1 year prior to the family's holiday in the exact same location that the little boy was claiming he seen a woman with blue hair. Sandra did have blue hair. What this little boy had claimed he'd saw was actually enough for the police to reopen this missing person case. The search for Sandra still continues to this day. They have so far not located a body. Experts believe that because of the wilderness and the weather changes to the area, finding her remains is highly unlikely, but they are very certain that she is in that area. Did this little boy actually see the spirit of a missing woman? And is her spirit still lingering because her body was never found.
I mean, that was almost way too accurate of a description of someone for it to be too coincidental. For someone to fit that description and also be missing from that area. I mean, in 2020, there is a lot of people that do have colored hair, so I guess it's not that odd to call out someone that may have blue hair, but still, the description to that person was just way too uncanny. And from my understanding, there has been psychics that have found missing people before, or, bodies. So if they know that someone's missing in this area and there's this child that so happens to think that there's a ghost out here of someone needing help, maybe get someone that has their full psychic capabilities or at least a control over them to search that area and see if they cannot find that person. Just saying. Hey, if you haven't done so already and you're enjoying the show, give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I upload a video like this every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. And for everyone that's watching and or subscribed, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Also, apparently there's a new hyped button. If you see the hype button and you enjoy the show, give it a hype as well. Thanks.
Pope Leo, the Pope of the Catholic Church, said he would baptize aliens, extraterrestrials, right into the church. Yeah, that's what happened. The Pope said he would have absolutely no problem doing it. Now you might think this is weird, and it kinda is, except he wasn't the first Pope to say this. Pope Francis said the same thing over 10 years ago. So why is the Catholic Church, the top of the Catholic Church, the Pope and the Vatican, talking about baptizing extraterrestrial aliens if they come to Earth? Well, maybe they know something we don't. And the timing of Pope Leo saying this, a little fishy. 'Cause as most of you know, this thing is coming. The 3I Atlas comet, rock, asteroid, alien ship, whatever you want to call it. And Pope Leo decided during this time to confirm what Pope Francis said over 10 years ago. I'm not a big fan of coincidence, and I don't think there's any coincidence going on here. Okay, Booshkies, I just wanted to share this with you.
See, when I hear things like this, it really makes me think. When it comes to the Vatican and or the Pope, I personally believe that they're not for the greater good. I kind of believe them to be the bad guy. Or to be more clear, I think that they're actually all Satanists that are pretending to be Catholic. Everything about them just seems so sinister. So hearing this would kind of make me think that maybe aliens are actually fallen angels or demons, and by the Pope saying that if aliens came, he would baptize them, is basically saying that he would welcome them into his home and giving the expectation to other Catholics that aliens are an okay member of society, that they're an acceptable species. But in reality, they're actually fallen angels that are preparing for their greater plan that they have set. And they're just finally starting to weasel their way into everyday life, just disguised as aliens. Now, do not get it misunderstood. I do not necessarily believe all that. I'm just throwing out theories and what ifs. But if you do look at it in a biblical sense, and or if you believe in the Catholic Church, things just seem a little odd with it all. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Let me know what you guys think about the Vatican. I'm pretty certain that we may all be on the same page where they are probably the bad guys, right?
You need to stop what you're doing right now and pray for Jamaica. This is the strongest storm to ever hit Jamaica and the 4th strongest storm in all of the Atlantic. And it's looking like it's going to be a dead hit. Wait till I show you the unrelated stuff. The winds right now are up to 175 miles per hour and gusts to 250. And this is what it's looking like. Recon planes have been whipped out the sky, hitting maximum G-force, even getting near this thing. Now, completely unrelated, did you know that 11 hours of this progress was completely wiped? You can watch our video, and the frequency has been insane. All night, massive frequencies, of course being recorded by the human frequency, but it can pick up other frequencies. And completely unrelated, while it was building up, the storm Melissa, we could see these weird glitches that have never happened before. And unrelated again, what do I say about frequency? Earthquakes, we had an earthquake in the Caribbean just a few hours ago, right by the Caribbean. Not related whatsoever. I told y'all months ago, based on my research of statistics, we were gonna have a once-in-a-lifetime hurricane this year. Coincidentally, every single hurricane we've had this year has been rapidly intensifying. And unrelated, they all line up with the human frequency. While we've gotten lucky that all hurricanes have went off the coast of the United States, Strongest hurricane that ever hit Jamaica speaks for itself. And again, the 4th strongest storm in the Atlantic. The worst part, it's still getting stronger. Pray.
Man, for the people in Jamaica, I hope the best for you, because that is awful. Even with it not hitting land yet, with it being that close, I still know it's rough. So the best wishes and prayers go out to you. Please try to be your safest.
People are freaking out after finding out they definitely should not be doing this. For some reason, a lot of people think that when you have a baby, that baby's health is pretty much all determined on the mother. Like when a woman's pregnant, all we hear is, oh, the mother can't drink this, the mother shouldn't smoke, she shouldn't have alcohol, she shouldn't have junk food, yeah? But what you didn't know is that it turns out over 60% of the baby's health actually comes from the dad. Yeah, sorry boys. There has been a lot of recent studies done this year and last on sperm and actually with ultrasounds that have actually linked the man's lifestyle and health and their semen to the baby's health when it is born, linking to severe deformities and even miscarriages. And reportedly, even stress can be a massive impact on your baby's health before it's even born. It's been linked that fathers who have a poor lifestyle, maybe they smoke a lot, drink a lot, don't really get any activity, there is a much higher chance that the child is going to develop obesity or similar conditions. So it does really matter that you as a father do look after yourself and are in a good shape before having a baby.
Hey, I'm no doctor, but from my understanding, male sperm has DNA and a female's oocyte has DNA. So if there's DNA being transferred over from the male, it would make sense to me that the male's lifestyle and diet would definitely have some involvement to that fetus's development.
This is something that blew my mind. There is a population of wild gorilla in the United States. Now, in Florida, right, there is what's called the Eastern Lowland gorilla. Now, at one time, there were all of these wildlife sanctuaries and zoos. And when Hurricane Andrew came through, it basically destroyed a lot of these places. And the gorillas escaped and made their way out to the swamplands, where they reproduced. And there is still to this day a large wild population of gorillas in the Everglades. And not only that, in the 40s and 50s, they brought mountain gorillas from Africa here to America to do this experiment where they were seeing if they could adapt them to the environment of the United States. And so they put them in this very large enclosure, and eventually the money ran out and these gorillas escaped into the woods. And they, once again, they mated and reproduced, and they actually thrived. And there is a good-sized population of wild gorillas throughout the United States and Southeast and the Southwest, even the Pacific Northwest. And yeah, I mean, if you are walking, say in Washington or Georgia, in the woods, you could potentially encounter a gorilla.
That kind of makes me think that that might be where Bigfoot comes from. I mean, imagine someone in the 1800s that has a traveling circus, and in that circus they have a few gorillas. They end up escaping, reproducing, and eventually over time they start to dwindle out, and there's just a few of them left. And that's what we keep seeing, thinking that it's a Bigfoot.
This has got to be one of the weirdest things I've seen in a long time. GameStop posted a statement yesterday on X saying that GameStop declares the console wars over, and they said, quote, "Whereas for the past 2 decades, the global gaming industry has been engaged in an ongoing and increasingly petty conflict known as the console wars. Whereas said conflict originated in the early 2000s with the release of Halo Combat Evolved as an Xbox exclusive title. Whereas Halo Combat Evolved is officially coming on PlayStation in 2026 with cross-platform play." And they did this to reference the new Halo Campaign Evolved game that's coming out in 2026. That's going to be cross-platform playable across Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Therefore, GameStop, acting under its authority as a neutral entity in the world's retail gaming and trade-in destination, hereby declares the official cessation of the console wars. All claims to exclusivity are hereby dissolved. Console loyalists are instructed to cease hostilities, disband militias, and enjoy this new era of gaming. GameStop will continue to operate as a demilitarized zone, offering hardware, accessories, and trade-ins to combatants on all sides. Now, this post was kind of framed in the way that the White House posts stuff when they make like a proclamation about ending a certain conflict or something. And the White House official page after that posted an AI-generated image depicting President Donald Trump reimagined as Master Chief. And in that post, post, in the comments section, GameStop commented saying, quote, "Thank you for your attention to this matter." Now, this was obviously done as satire, and it was referencing the ending of the console wars and comparing it to like the ending of actual real world wars, and crediting President Donald Trump with the ending of the console wars the same way that he has been credited by people for ending real world wars. But it gets better. Shortly after this, GameStop posted another picture of President Donald Trump from his arrest photo inside of Master Chief's armor, and behind him was the meme version of Vice President JD Vance as if he was on the body of Cortana. It's like, who comes up with this stuff, dude? Anyway, the last meme I saw about this came out from the Department of Homeland Security, where they posted a picture of a warthog with Master Chief in it from the first Halo game saying, quote, "Destroy the Flood and finishing this fight," talking about joining Immigration Customs Enforcement. But that's the last meme I saw about it so far.
I really did not know console wars was still a thing. I mean, back in the day, I did have a preferred console of choice, but that's because I really didn't have any money, because I didn't have a job, because I was basically a child. But my preferred console in the past was definitely the Xbox 360. A great number of Call of Duty nights and Halo nights were played on that thing. But again, that was my console of choice mainly because I didn't have no money to get any other console or computer. And to be real, the PlayStation 3 wasn't really all that good to me. But nowadays, I still do kind of have a preference, but overall, as far as gaming goes, Xbox Game Pass, in my opinion, is a really good service. It's $25 a month, but you get so many games that you really cannot even play them all. But for $25 a month, that's not bad if you do get to at least play 1 or 2 games out of the month, instead of paying $60 or $70 per game. At the moment, my main console that I basically just use as a YouTube streaming device is my PlayStation 5, and before that was my PlayStation 4. I never really liked the Xbox One. And of course, PC is just the ultimate device. It can do everything. And I see in the comments of this video, there's still a lot of people that are kind of complaining about this happening because they're stuck on Xbox and they do not like to see this move from another console, which I guess I get, but then again, I really don't, because I think that if you're someone that owns a PlayStation and you don't have an Xbox, you should still get to enjoy something that an Xbox player gets to enjoy, and the same for an Xbox player to something that a PlayStation player gets to enjoy. I think where it should all boil down to is the quality of hardware. And again, that's why I think PC is probably the ultimate device, because if you put quality components in it, it's going to be an awesome running machine. And I do think that that is where these consoles are eventually going. I think that they're going to the PC route, where it'll be more of the quality of the console instead of the games that you have access to. Right now, PlayStation's whole thing is they're super fast, barely any loading times. Or if there is loading times, they're really quick. Xbox's whole deal is they have the Game Pass, where you can pay a subscription and play a whole library of games. That is where the preference, I believe, should be at. Let's just make quality consoles that play the games at their best, with also having a unique experience to that console's platform. Sorry, I go on a rant on these because I actually do like gaming. I like technology and hardware like that. So this is definitely something that I'm into. But let me know how you feel about this, or if this is something that you just simply don't even care about, which I totally understand. Also, if you have a preferred console, what's your preferred console? You got PlayStation, Xbox, cell phone, PC, and Nintendo. Those are the main consoles people normally compete against with each other. If I have to pick one, and it only be one, I want to say my PC, because it has absolutely no problem doing anything that I want, but I'm going to give it to my PlayStation 5 because it's so much more accessible than this giant computer that I have over here. You cannot see it, and that's just not easy to move around. The PlayStation, put it under the entertainment center, turn it on, easily get to YouTube, done. So PlayStation 5 probably takes my pick as far as being my preferred console, just for its simplicity. Let me know yours in the comments if you have any. What? Oh my goodness, I did not see anything like that coming. The username of this channel is Jesus Official. And the description is my room is haunted. There's a ghost in my bed. I had not a clue that was about to pop up. I've seen a lot of weird things here on TikTok, but that was probably one of the most caught me off guard things. I think I might leave that one in the video. Editor, don't delete this clip. Really? Are you sure about that? Yeah, it was just way too funny and random to pass up. All right, you got it. On that note, I think I'm done with TikTok for the day because my algorithm's probably just going to get flooded with that type of content. Goodness gracious. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end today's video. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching these clips with me. If today's your birthday, happy birthday, and if not, have a good day anyways.